What do you think our start screen is going to be?
Death Mountain. Yep.
Oh, there's dead woods.
Yep. Looks like we start with a sword, banana.
And the level 8.
Yep.
Well, level 8 or 7 Triforce. We will not know what level that Triforce is for until we get into some dungeons. And, oh my. Well, we already have the second quest overworld.
Early mag sighting. That's always a sight to see. You know you'll find at least one obtainable sword upgrade in this match.
Also interesting to note, with the blank hints, the runners are not going to have any information as far as where items and dungeons are going to be located. And given it's a second quest overworld, that probably is going to make finding the recorder early an imperative thing.
63 Ruby Candle on MagicFriends side.
Not actually that bad. It's only a little bit higher than vanilla. A couple enemies will get you that. We might have 0 HP enemies.
Yeah, I saw that. Yep, sure looks that way.
Which doesn't necessarily completely devalue Magical Sword.
No.
Because we could still have full HP bosses.
Absolutely. And it looks like item drops haven't been shuffled. We did see some bombs out of that last set of Dark Nuts and Koreas.
And bombs will be an important thing to have early as you're doing your exploration of the overworld to try to find your dungeons, your caves, your white sword items, your rare shops.
So where do you think the runners go from here? Straight east?
More than likely, given the abundance of caves on the east, I could see a play being made to go for Death Mountain if you have a lot of bombs, although xIceblue does pick up his candle.
Yeah, it's a good pickup.
I imagine MagicFriends is going to go back for that sooner rather than later.
I hope so. That'd be an awfully big miss to forget about it so early in the race.
Yeah, I think he's going back for it now.
There we go.
It's always nice to get early exploration. And, oh, hello. Power Bracelet just became a little bit more valuable.
Absolutely. We end up having, what, 3 more potential checks on the overworld?
4 more.
4 more, the second quest?
No, because none of the any roads are at their vanilla locations. All 4 any road locations open up, and that's going to be a Shapes 8. So with the Shapes back half, that means level 8 is going to have the same 2 or 3 items. It will probably be bigger than its vanilla counterpart. But that's the dungeon they already have a Triforce out of, so the runners don't have a reason to go dig that right now, and given how big 8 is, I don't expect them to go there until they have to.
Okay, with Shapes now, that confirms first quest Triforce location, right?
Yes. We still do not know what the front half of the Seeds dungeons are going to be, and that is a good meat price.
That's a good find on MagicFriends side. Kind of want to have a sword prior to going in here, but they do. So huzzah.
This could be a first quest level 1, based on the starting layout so far, but it's a little too early to tell just yet.
Yeah, it doesn't appear that dungeon palettes were shuffled in this.
That appears to be the case. I think MagicFriends is trying to set up a Canana key, but you need to be at 0 in order to do it. Otherwise, you end up using the key anyway.
That's right. It was a nice
Hi,
try.
Goma. xIceblue has now found Area 1. And I think we have confirmed 0 HP enemies. We don't necessarily have 0 HP bosses confirmed, but it's starting to look likely.
Be interesting to see how long MagicFriends stays around here. We know level 1 can be heavily key blocked at times.
And apparently in this seed, it is heavily Lane Mola blocked.
And they rolled down as well.
Also of note, the permanent sword beam.
Yeah. That should really make this seed pretty quick, barring any major trolls on item fetch quest.
And that was some good luck on MagicFriends' side, that the Stalfos that had eaten the key was on the side of the moat that he could get to. Now that Goma could be blocking a floor drop in this level 1.
Yeah, that is a vanilla drop room.
And there's our confirmation. We have first quest run half, shapes back half.
Yep.
The red candle on the floor in level 1.
It's a good offensive upgrade. Just in case you run into some swordless bubble persons.
It also gives the players the option of, if the enemies are very well clumped together and they die to a red candle, like these land molas, it actually gives them an easier option to get rid of them. And MagicFriends playing the hitbox game really well, managing not to get hit at all in that blue land mola room.
That was quite amazing. I have never been successful in avoiding land molas, especially the blue ones, with that much luck.
Looks like our item's going to be down here. Still no confirmation of Heart Shuffle. xIceblue will not be able to get that key, and, well, it's always fun to see the item you started with as one of the first items you see.
Banana?
Yep.
Oh, level 1 for these guys.
And level 9 directly south. That is... that could actually be very important. If Recorder to Unbeaten Dungeons is not on.
Yeah, that would be a quick transport right back to level 1 when they need to get the line.
I was mistaken about level 8. We do have Shuffle Dungeon Palettes, and it is second quest 8 through 9, based on both the start screen you saw on xIceblue side and also mentioned from chat about that start location.
So if that's the case, then they have Triforces out of 7?
Yes.
Excellent.
Most notably, that means they will need to dig a second quest 8, which could be good news if there's something important in there, but it's second quest 8.
Yeah.
Not everybody's favorite dungeon in the world to dig.
Yep. At the first take any of the seed over on MagicFriends side.
That's a ladder block. But one of the good news about Second Quest 8 is it has about as many staircases as First Quest 9 does, so it's likely he'll be able to get around that for now. Or not.
Yeah.
That will be the end of level 8.
Absolutely. Time for
I don't think xIceblue...
Might not
xIceblue is bombing these walls. No, I don't think he's realized yet that it's Second Quest 8.
Totally agree. He'll find out soon enough. One more bomb and he's out of here regardless.
Yep. I wonder if he was paying attention to where he started in level 9 on the map compared to normal. He might be thinking it's shapes back half or first quest back half.
Yeah. That's definitely something we could point out to these runners is if you find level 9, take a look at where you start. That can give you a lot of information if you haven't seen 7 or 8 yet.
Absolutely.
Forgotten spot yields nothing.
The grave shop yields the wood sword.
And MagicFriends will pick it up. Why not?
Link going dual wielding confirmed. Oh, that's a good find on MagicFriends' side.
Huge. With this full second quest overworld, that's going to open up a lot of spots.
If you're MagicFriends, I wonder if you don't just start tuning the recorder to see if it takes you to unbeaten dungeons, or if it even takes you to the new dungeon locations.
Yeah, that's the first thing I would do. The only time I wouldn't do that is if I happen to be in like an isolated location, like the far northwest of Death Mountain. Maybe you've only got like 2 bomb spots left to check. You might hit them before you blow the whistle. But you
or in MagicFriend, oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, you have to see what that recorder does as soon as possible.
Well, I think in MagicFriend's case, it's not a bad idea to go ahead and do this northeast or the eastern portion of Death Mountain, because it is that isolated area that you were just talking about, and it's kind of a pain to get back up here.
That's right.
And finds level 6.
That's a big find.
Good search from MagicFriends here. He has taken a little bit of an early lead in the seed.
Yeah, with 0 HP enemies, these wizards are going to be nothing.
Yeah, the ability to get through a blue wizard room with no fear, and permanent sword beam on top of that. The combat in the seed, in theory, will be easy, but that does not mean the seed will be easy.
No.
And xIceblue finds level 7 over on the northeast coast. Also interesting to note is that the arrows are actually going to be slightly devalued in the seed compared to what they normally would be.
Oh, yeah. I mean, again, we don't know what kind of curse this is yet. I don't know if xIceblue, well, he just got hit with a bubble. I'm assuming it's loss of sword because he's using the red candle. So having that in the back half, we could see a little bit more value in the arrows or anything like that just because of the sword cost.
Yeah, the sword, the red bubble curse does make the sub weapons more valuable. So I don't know if they exactly counterbalance each other, but they come pretty close to counterbalancing each other. And I'd argue if you have the money to buy arrows, go ahead and buy the arrows. MagicFriends is blocked out of 6 at the moment, presumably by resources. Oh, he's going to try to open up a door for free. And he does.
Oh, very nice.
Good heads-up play on his part. No. Well, guess that's the game's way of saying no.
Yeah. So, staircase on xIceblue side, just transport. So it also looks like the dungeon enemies are not shuffled. At least so far, so we should be seeing a Wizards and 9.
Well, this is interesting too, because we have first quest front half, second quest back half, and I don't know if the enemies are if the enemies are not shuffled, then they're probably following their first quest counterparts. Although we do have Tektites in the dungeons.
That's a good point. They are typically not found in the dungeons.
And thankfully, they are not multiple HP, because if they were multiple HP, sometimes the rooms can get a little hairy with them. Looks like that will be the end of MagicFriends run into 6, maybe. There.
One walk or bottle.
The one thing that MagicFriends definitely has going for them is not just the recorder, but MagicFriends has 4 keys to xIceblue 0.
Yeah, and I think a large part of that is mostly just because of the dungeon he's in. He's gained a lot in 6, and xIce hasn't seen much in 7 at all.
So there is a common theory that is backed up by a tremendous amount of evidence that level 5 in both First Quest and Shapes tends to be the bearer of all keys. I would make an argument that level 6 can come close to those two if the drops spawn a certain way, because it seems like level 6 also tends to get its fair share of keys.
Oh yeah.
The map.
That point, yep.
Say hello to the dragon.
Oh, this will not be a drop.
But it could be a staircase.
That's correct. They could have 2Q staircases shuffled in. That's a good bomb.
And it's good to see that MagicFriends did remember to check for that. That is one of the logic gotchas that, if you are relatively new to this, can catch you off guard. Is that shuffle dungeon rooms means they can shuffle between first and second quest if you have a mix of the two.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% certain how that works with shapes and second quest rooms, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, but it's definitely, like, these runners have seen their second quest dungeons already, so they know to check, but if you haven't seen whether or not you've got a back half or a front half second quest, you really need to check those. And with a bow pickup, MagicFriends is out of here.
And I think MagicFriends now has a bit of a significant lead based on his routing and the items that he does have. Haven't gotten that recorder, which was required to get to the bow. We don't know if the bow's required yet.
Did he pull the Triforce out of 6?
I did not see if he did.
I guess we'll
He
find
might
out.
have been blocked by some sort of combat. Alright, so this is very important. We do not have Whistle to Unbeaten Dungeons. Wait a minute.
It's taking you to... It looks like it
It's...
might take you to Beaten Dungeons, but vanilla location.
Yes, that's what it's doing. And because he has the Triforce out of 7, because of second quest, it took him to the vanilla 7 location.
Yep.
Which, it's weird seeing a whirlwind whistle on that... A whistle whirlwind on that screen, because 9 times out of 10, you're going to roll a mixed quest where that opens. And by 9 times out of 10, I mean, like, a little over 50% of the time.
Yeah, but it doesn't render the recorder useless. I mean, with this knowledge, you can still get around the overroll. Once you get through a couple more dungeons,
MagicFriends is going to find the same news that xIceblue did, and that is that you are ladder blocked in this level 8.
yeah, we'll see how long he sticks around.
We also now know that the ladder is required to beat this seed, as there's no Triforce in this upper portion of 8. Both runners are checking as if it shapes.
Yep. You know, if it wasn't for you starting your entrance door coming in from the left-hand side of 8, it could line up with, first quest 8, just because of that position. But with that entrance coming in from the left, that's just not possible.
Now, I do think at this point xIceblue has realized that it's second quest back half from his exploration of 7, and he finds level 3.
Yeah, it's very important to find. There's so many smaller dungeons that are way more desirable to dig at this point, besides a 2Q8 or a 2Q7.
We still have not seen evidence of heart shuffle. We found heart containers on the floor in both 1 and 6.
Yep.
Presumably we're going to find one on the floor in 3, but we don't know yet. And heart shuffle is one of those tricky things to guesstimate if you assume it's on or not.
Right, without having seen the coast item as well. Although that doesn't guarantee it, right? Because that can be shuffled.
That has a 50% chance of being shuffled independent of the heart shuffle flag.
Right.
And on top of that, the first heart you see out of position, so the first heart you see in a staircase or the first extra star heart you see in levels 1 and 2, does not necessarily mean you're in heart shuffle, as that could be the coast heart. It's only when you see multiple hearts out of position that you can say you're in heart shuffle. MagicFriends heading to
Vanilla 5.
Vanilla 5 is interesting.
Yeah, that doesn't line up with what we were saying before.
Nor does that line... Alright, this whistle's confusing me now.
I mean,
If it is recorded on... Because if it's recorded on Beaten Dungeons, then they would have the Triforce out of 8, but that would be swapped because it's second quest back half, so... Here's level 2. That I know. I know that level 2 exists. We're good.
Oh, man. And coming into Vanilla First Quest 2 without any bombs is typically not a good idea.
Power Bracelet find in level 3 does have a good bit of value. As we saw earlier, the Eddie Roads being shuffled means that there are more Power Bracelet spots in the available cave. And MagicFriends gets a bomb drop. Very fortunate there.
Very, very timely.
xIceblue will get his camo Triforce out of level 2. We'll see if he goes back in for the second item or assumes it's a heart container and moves on. Looks like he is assuming it is a heart container, not the worst play in the world.
So that was
given what
3 that he was out of, not level 2.
Also, I apparently missed that there was a heart in level 3 already seen.
Yep.
So do you think Silvers and Red Ring are going to be forced into 9 this time around?
So a lot of times, I almost assume that. I know it's only supposed to be 50-50, but when you start seeing a lot of these vanilla items in dungeons, it's really, really tough to assume that it's not. I always assume it's there unless I find something telling me otherwise.
You have a wand on the ground in level 2. There's a heart on the coast. Which doesn't mean a whole lot at this point. If we see a heart in a stairwell, though, we know we're in heart.
Have definitely made the assumption now that Heart Shuffle is not on.
Which honestly isn't the worst assumption to make in the world early on in the seed. If you find yourself in a situation where you do not have the drop shuffled, that is all of the we have recorded to unbeaten dungeons.
They're definitely taken to vanilla locations.
Yep.
But
and
taken to 7, and MagicFriends got taken to 7 again.
It could be that they're... Yeah, that's weird. Because he should be taken to 8, based on the fact that it's a second quest back half. And level 4 is going to be ladder blocked. I'm starting to think ladder might be in 2Q7.
Yeah. We have not seen 5 yet, right?
That is correct. We have not seen 5, and... No, that's it. We haven't seen 5. Never mind. 5 has been found.
Yeah.
No Death Mountain required in this seed.
Be interesting to see how much longer it takes xIceblue to get up to that Armos. He might think that, well, he's got the power bracelet out of 3, so at that point I would assume it's going to be something different, right?
Well, xIceblue is up on Death Mountain now. He's doing his Death Mountain clear, and MagicFriends would love to buy that bomb upgrade, but does not have the money to do so. xIceblue is going to buy the arrows.
How Soa approves of that.
Absolutely.
Now there will be 2 mugger rooms, at least 2 mugger rooms second quest 7, right?
Correct.
Well, we don't know what that is yet, but hopefully it's not cash or life. Otherwise, these guys are both going to be strapped.
Looks like MagicFriends without bombs is going to leave level 7 for the moment, or level 5 for the moment. Neither runner has seen all 9 levels yet. xIceblue has not seen 6 or 5. MagicFriends has not seen 2, 3, or... No, he's seen 2. He has not seen 3 or 4 yet. Hello.
Boomstick.
Also, the bombs are in the rare shop.
Yep. So being in full second quest, there's not going to be a lot of money to purchase that boomstick. So without having seen... Well, MagicFriends has the wand.
It is in level 2.
Yep.
But then it's a question of, do you want to spend your money on the boomstick, given the potential for a meat block in level 8, as well as the mugger rooms in level 7?
That's right. I would say no. If I was going for this, especially because you haven't found all the door repairs. Now it's a great way to gamble your money.
MagicFriends not having the issues of luck. xIceblue finds the white sword at the old man on Death Mountain.
MagicFriends is going back into 5. Still doesn't have any bombs.
He has money, though.
He can buy
He's
bombs.
about to have bombs.
Very good.
You know, I think I like this play to go ahead and get the bomb upgrade now. Even though there is the potential for a boomstick, the bombs are more immediately helpful, and with the amount of money available in second quest, boomstick probably isn't something that... Boomstick may not be something he's considering anyway, just from the sheer money factor.
Yeah, plus he has not seen the shop.
And if he finds all of his levels, he's not going to go to Death Mountain to find that shop.
Yep. And this could be a
No
case...
bomb walls in 5.
Well, and that keys room that he noped out of, I don't know if he cleared it before, but that could be a push block.
He did clear it before, tried to push it, no dice.
No dice. That's unfortunate.
There also weren't any stairs, but there was definitely no dice in that room. So this is the point in the seed where both runners have knowledge of a couple dungeon locations. We're seeing more and more evidence that Heart Shuffle is not on.
Yep, totally agree.
It's 5 is a good dungeon for MagicFriends to dig. He does still have the resource advantage over xIceblue from the virtue of having 3, potentially 4 keys if he decides to clear this room out, and he's going to, given its Tektites. And the bomb upgrade.
Mm-hmm. Grab that.
Although, do note that xIceblue did buy those arrows, and that's a ladder block in level 5.
Yeah. This is not the dungeon you're looking for.
Okay, so looking at our options, we are ladder blocked out of 5. We're ladder blocked out of 8. Seen both items in 3, 6, 1, and 2.
Yep, ladder blocked out of 4, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, so that really leaves 7.
I'm confident saying at this point that by process of elimination, ladder will have to be in level 7.
We'll see which one of these runners make a beeline there. I don't recall exactly in the overworld where this dungeon location was.
I want to say it was in the far northeast corner. MagicFriends with his bombs is now going to go into level 8 and get the bad news that he is ladder blocked. Again, we'll need to get into level 7 to get confirmation of the ladder block, or the ladder in there. But until then, there's reason to assume that we're going to have ladder in level 7.
Yep. Here's the up and A.
I do think if MagicFriends finds 3 on his way up to 7, he will dig 3 first.
Sure. No reason not to. Definitely the smaller of the two engines.
Plus, he has to get a Triforce out of there anyway.
That's right. Looks like he's
xIceblue once again out of keys, although he will be able to pick a couple up in this dungeon. It's interesting that we're 30 minutes in and we already have the bottleneck of the seed known.
Oh yeah, I mean, xIceblue doesn't quite know it yet, but he's gonna in about 30 seconds.
Now this may slightly favor xIceblue, just by sheer virtue of he doesn't need... The only dungeons he doesn't know the locations of are... Actually, he does not know where 6 is. So he may end up trying to find 6 and dig 6 to get his ladder.
Which wouldn't be a bad thing, because the bow is in there. We don't know it's acquired yet.
And that would give xIceblue the advantage of now he has the arrows, so if there's a Goma block, he can deal with that. And I think MagicFriends will find 3 on his way up to 7 just by sheer virtue of the way you route this East Forest. The big thing that's going to be interesting is to see when xIceblue goes for that east side of Death Mountain, because that is, to me, tougher to route in than this east side forest, which is where the dungeons that MagicFriends has not seen yet are.
Yeah, agreed. And he can't have too much left of this south overworld to check. Looks like he's checking whistle spots. Oh, he's jumping in the anti-roads.
He's going to find 4 here, which is... He's going to very quickly be ladder blocked, which is, for his sake, a good thing. xIceblue back in level 1. Now with some keys, he'll be able to go to the south portion of this dungeon.
Yeah, it looks like he never picked the Triforce up out of here.
Probably he was key blocked from getting to it. Because xIceblue has been a little bit short on keys this entire seed so far. MagicFriends finding out the bad news that he is ladder blocked. So the question will now become once you get the ladder, where do you go first?
Oh, man. Well, if it were me, I'd leave 8 until last. So I would head back to 4 or 5. Also because I know exactly where I'm going, and
xIceblue finds his boomerang in level 1. He's going to leave it there because he already has it, and is going to pick up his Triforce and be on his merry way. MagicFriends... Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying he's picking up a potion. That, I believe, is the 3rd take any that we've seen.
And the potion play there is... To me, it's a good choice at this point. You know you have 0 HP enemies. You probably have 0 HP bosses. You might as well pick the potion up to give you that little extra safety net in level 7, 8, 6, whatever levels you need to do.
Absolutely. Now, you never know when you're going to get your back against the wall and need your sword back, even if you don't need that health refill.
Both runners are now checking the desert. This is where the pendulum could swing a little bit into xIceblue's favor, because he's already checked Death Mountain. If MagicFriends decides to do Death Mountain before the northeast, that could cost him some time.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, there's less spots over in the east, so I would expect he'd head back that way.
Well, it looks like based on the way he's riding the desert, he's not planning on going straight over to Death Mountain from here. He probably... Yeah, it looks like he's going to go to the east. Which, both of these runners could be digging the same dungeon for the same item at the same time.
MagicFriends gonna... I'm sorry, xIce's gonna check this other whistle spot, I believe, probably before heading back. Still looking for 6, so... It's a good place. What's another spot he's got to check off his map?
Oh, definitely. And he's probably going to check off Vanilla, too, while he's here.
Oh, absolutely.
MagicFriends will now dig level 3.
All MagicFriends check yet.
And MagicFriends will actually be done looking for dungeons when he finds level 7, compared to xIceblue, who will still need to find level 6. That could be a swing factor. There's a lot of things that could be swing factors.
Yeah, you gotta think it's, weighing in the back of these guys' minds what that block over on the East Coast could be a thing. Now, MagicFriends did see one of the spots by quartering over to Vanilla 4.
MagicFriends is now doing his clear of level 3. Not a bad idea.
Yep, this will net him his power bracelet, which is only going to open up more spots that he can check on the overworld.
It'll open up 7, actually. I think 7, 6, 7.
And I'm pretty sure...
Because remember, the second best locations are on, too.
Right.
Power bracelet for large secret.
A little subpar.
So if you want that boomstick, you got to get the power bracelet.
Seen the key situation equalize a little bit.
xIceblue is now in level 2. He will get his wand here, and he might consider a boomstick purchase, or rather a book purchase. Because he is pretty close to the amount of money. He is only about 50 short. And if he gets his wand in here, he'll be able to use it to full effectiveness.
Yeah, I could see, especially if he finds like another medium secret just doing his exploration for 6. He knows the location.
And 6 is relatively close by to it.
Yeah, it is. It depends on how far behind he might feel this. We're approaching 38 minutes into the siege. And you've got 3 Triforces, you know your ladder. If your opponent's found ladder, way before you. That's not the case here. But if that happens, you gotta be thinking about it.
Well, MagicFriends may be saying the same thing of, I've only got 4 Triforces at almost 40 minutes in. Did I miss something?
Right.
Looks like he's going to go ahead and finish off his East Forest and then probably do the Northeast from there, which will net him his level 7, and then he will be done looking for dungeons. So far, both runners have made the plays that make the most sense, dig the small dungeons first, so on and so forth, etc., etc. MagicFriends still has to go back to level 6 to get that Triforce.
Looks like he's looking to buy arrows.
He is just short on the rupees. He's going to go towards Vanilla 2. I don't recall if this was a secret or not. I don't think it was.
Yeah, I don't remember.
And we are now at a dead even race. Both runners have the same... with the exception of xIceblue not having found 6. The same Triforces, same combat. With exception that if Ganon is not 0 HP, xIceblue will be able to down Ganon twice as fast as MagicFriends will.
Yeah.
But MagicFriends is in the area of level 7, which we believe has the ladder by process of elimination.
Yeah, I would think at this point he knows that this is the level he needs to dig. to progress through the rest of the scene.
He just needs to get there.
Yep.
xIceblue will find his level 6 soon. I don't know if he's actually going to be relieved or upset to see the bow here.
I mean, you never turn it down, but again, it's something where you could think you're further behind still.
It doesn't get him into more dungeons like the ladder would.
Right.
That's why I think he might be slightly upset to see it.
Yeah, we did see both runners open up those spots, regardless of whether or not they could actually get to them. You know they're going to open being full second quests. I don't know that I approve of using the resources ahead of time.
I think it depends on how many bombs you have when you go over there. If you have like 8 bombs on your way across, okay, sure. But if you're down to your last 2 or 3 bombs, it might be better to hold on to those for spots that you know you can get into, and or forcing bombs to keep your bomb supply going.
Exactly, and MagicFriends actually did use his last 2 bombs earlier to open up those. Which, at that point, he was heading towards Death Mountain, and I'm thinking, you just used your last 2 bombs, and it's kind of crippled your exploration.
xIceblue now in level 6 and has 10 hearts, so he's within range of that magical sword pickup. We know that from the 0 HP it won't be relevant for regular enemies, but it could be relevant for Ganon. MagicFriends will find level 7. I expect he is going to dig this for the ladder at this point, knowing he's pretty much ladder blocked out of everything else.
Taking a hard look at it.
He's debating it, but I don't think he's got much. I think based on his knowledge, because I believe he's seen every dungeon at this point, he's got to know that this is where he needs to be.
Oh yeah. And he could get lucky as well. You pop in a couple rooms, and ladder could be right there in the first staircase you see.
I almost wonder if it's better knowing that you're ladder blocked than not, because this way you don't have to worry about the nasty surprise of, by the way, Zelda's in a moat room, good luck.
Yep. Last thing you want to see after you down Ganon, and race to her room. Now, we know there's only going to be, a 50% chance that that's even possible? Since she could be in her own room?
Interesting to notice, the key pendulum has now swung the other direction. Hello, Dig Dugger block. xIceblue could not do this on his trip in here. If this is the ladder, that could be huge for MagicFriends. Let's see. Nope.
Just another staircase. There are...
But it could lead. It could lead. Wow.
Nope.
Technically speaking, that is not a one-way stair, even though it's effectively a one-way stair, because you can push the leftmost block or you can push the middle block of the leftmost column of the chute, and you will open a door, or you will open a staircase on the far upper right corner of the room that you cannot get to.
Until they put some teleportation into this game, that will always be on the table.
This game has teleportation. It's called the screen scroll.
Within the dungeons.
Yeah, okay. I'll allow that.
So MagicFriends forget he has a wand? I mean, red candle's nice, but...
I think it's more so that he's thinking, oh crap, I have no sword, now what do I do? Well, let me pull the candle out, because I know that works. And between red candle and wand, it's not a huge difference between the two, given it's 0 HP. xIceblue is not check... Well, that's not the stair room anyway, but... Did xIceblue pass through the room with the bow, or is this it?
I don't remember. I want to say
might
the
have passed through it.
north east portion of this level.
Yeah, it was.
It's been a
It
long.
definitely wasn't past this ladder block.
Right.
We find the mugger room.
Yeah.
MagicFriends opts to give up the heart. I actually don't disagree with that play at this stage of the game.
No.
You can save the money to use for arrows, or if you need to buy a meat for the eventual second quest 8 dig.
He's clearing this room. I don't know if he's looking for a heart.
He might be looking for keys, honestly.
Yeah. There's the bow.
xIceblue gets his bow, MagicFriends gets his key. xIceBlue's going to go get that Triforce and probably beeline to 7.
Every staircase you got to be thinking, is this the one? Is this my ladder? It's almost exciting as trying to find Zelda. Is that the shutter door? With the enemy set in here, I would be so less concerned about being red bubble. There's nothing that's really going to stop me from progressing through the dungeon. You can only...
MagicFriends getting the clip to get to the transport stair. He's going to opt not to take it yet. Because level 7 generally will not have bomb walls or walkthrough walls. If there is a solid wall, it will be solid. So at this point, xIceblue knows he has to dig a dungeon he's already got the Triforce out of. And the ladder will not be over there in level 7. Unless there's another way around.
You shall not pass.
Good firing from MagicFriends.
So it's interesting. xIceblue is not heading directly back to the northeast. Maybe he is. Turn around.
He's getting money for his book.
Oh, exactly 180. Okay.
And this was a room that xIceblue could not finish when he was first in here because of the Stig Dogger. MagicFriends is through it now. There's a Gleeok room and another door. Art container.
Yep.
Well, he replaced what he lost. Got that going for him.
This is about a 2-minute, at least, diversion just to pick up this boomstick.
But he won't have to worry about bomb walls in level 9 at all. Plus, he can just kind of boomstick his way through everything.
Yeah.
It may save those 2 minutes that he's spending getting it.
Yep. Time will tell.
Literally.
Nothing like bad jokes.
xIceblue has purchased the book. He has obtained the wand. He is able to make things go boom. But MagicFriends finds another stair in level 7.
I'm just going to take this one.
And it's going to lead him up to a portion he has not been to yet.
You've never seen the boomstick. It does cause a lot of flashes on the screen, so we have the condition. We have time.
Yes, definitely an epilepsy warning on the boomstick flag. MagicFriends has found another transport in level 7.
I hope he's tracking all these staircases. You can easily get lost inside of level 7 and 8 if you're not careful.
Oh, absolutely. Tracking of staircases. Okay, he realizes he's now on the other side of the ladder block. This level 7 looks very well connected, so he shouldn't have any issues with that. He's going to pay another heart holding on to those rupees.
Yep, don't blame him.
Going to kill the Aquamentus, cease the Triforce. He may opt to pick that up on his way out if he wants the health refill.
Now it looks like he's
also,
gonna...
when he pauses again, we'll be able to see I'm going to guess he picked up the Triforce in 6 because it didn't look like it was hard to get on xIceBlue's side.
Yeah, I mean, we'll know. We'll get some confirmation.
And here's the ladder.
There it is. Opens the seat.
MagicFriends first runner with the ladder. He's going to leave level 7 and presumably go to every dungeon he was blocked out of.
Yep.
Now
So,
this will be important.
That's right. The book did give xIceblue the atlas, so he does now know exactly where he's at.
So now the important question remains. Do you continue to dig items out of dungeons, or do you just get your Triforces and go to 9?
I'll tell you, I'd be Triforcing and go mode myself. It does look like MagicFriends doesn't have that. Well, unless I don't have all game audio on. 4 to 7 on that flute.
Yeah, I'm not sure myself either. He is trying to get the slider clip set up, gets it set up. And let's see. MagicFriends finds on the other side of the ladder block the raft.
He's going to pick it up, but at this point, he's seen all the dungeons.
At least we think he has. We know he's seen 1, he's seen 2, he's seen 3. Yeah, he's seen them all.
He's seen them all, yeah.
Yeah, it's weird, because you would think it's unbeaten dungeons, but they've beaten level 7.
That's right.
Unless there's some weirdness with the fact that it's a second quest back half, that it's treating 7 as unbeaten because the Triforce position he has corresponds to level 8.
Yeah, or so when you've got full, well, I was going to think about the whole flip-flopping of, but it's not full second quest, so it's not like you're going to have whistles, recorders flopping locations.
Correct. You'll only have 7, 8 for swapping.
Right.
Yeah, this is a very weird recorder. And it is a required staircase here. MagicFriends has seen all 3 muggers in this seed now. What? xIceblue will also have to give up hearts, though.
Yeah, there's no way around these muggers, not that we've seen.
Although, if xIceblue keeps on this path, he may be able to avoid at least one, if not both of the muggers, because of spending that 1 key. Good news is the Goma is not blocking your Triforce in level 5. xIceblue close to his ladder. It's just a matter of how many stairs will he take before he goes.
It's only 2 or 3 rooms up from where he's at.
But he's going to opt to take the stair. Not a bad idea, honestly, given that 7 isn't normally super well connected.
Oh, tech type jumps out of nowhere, takes MagicFriends back to the beginning of the.
And xIceblue gets his ladder without spending a single heart.
And now he's definitely in go mode.
So now this gets interesting. If MagicFriends has to go back to level 6, that's going to be a time sink for him. If we just missed seeing that he got the Triforce out of level 6, then that's a thing.
Yes. Especially if he believes it's ladder block, it's going to send him down south. And I'm pretty sure xIceblue picked that Triforce up in the northern part of the level.
Yes. But the big thing is the heart count is now going to be a factor of 10 versus 6. And the boomstick is going to be a weird factor just because, yes, it's going to make it where xIceblue doesn't have to worry about bombs at all in level 9. But because MagicFriends picked up that 1 bomb upgrade, 12 bombs is not a bad amount for second quest 9.
Yeah, it's really going to come down to the, less, menuing, so to speak, or select swapping. You can almost just keep that wand in the B slot at all times if you're xIceblue.
So xIceblue is going to opt to go ahead and do 4 now. MagicFriends is saving 4 for last. I forget where level 9 was. Was it right next to level 1?
It was right south of level 1.
Okay. xIceblue finds the ending key in level 4.
That pretty much completes his quest. Any useful item now might be the red ring, but really only a non-zero HP Ganon is probably going to stop him.
And an early Triforce in level 8 for MagicFriends. He's going to peek into the stair. Not a bad idea. See if it's an item. It's not. He's going to take this, and he's probably just going to leave. I don't see him sticking around in 8 to dig out 2 items.
No, there's no reason to at this point. Especially, we're approaching the hour mark, and these random percent seeds, unless it's really trolly, this one wasn't too bad. You gotta be feeling some heat.
xIceblue has picked up his Triforce out of level 4.
Yep, it's got 5 and 8 remaining.
He's going to go to 5 now. MagicFriends looking at his map to make sure he's got his any roads marked correctly. That didn't do much for him.
Yep. Try again. It's not the one he's looking for either.
That's the one he was looking for. Because that's the closest one to 4. We might have just missed him picking up the Triforce out of 6, because I would imagine if he still needed the Triforce out of 6, he would have gone there first, because it's the farthest out of the way.
Yeah. No, we'll see.
Go ahead.
I said we'll see. As soon as he grabs this, he's either going to head east or he's going to head north.
Thankfully, the Triforce in here was not bad, and the magic key was on the way. xIceblue will have to spend a heart there. And if MagicFriends decides to go north here, that will be good for him.
What is he thinking about?
He might be trying to remember the map of level 4. No item there. I think the worst case scenario for the runners right now would be blue boomerang and red ring at 9.
That would be the ultimate of trolls. But I mean, if that's the case, you're looking at silvers and 8.
Pretty much.
And nobody wants to have to double dip 8.
Even 8 doesn't want to have to double dip 8.
No.
xIceblue gets his Triforce out of level 5.
MagicFriends gets that any key.
xIceblue may be the first person into 9 here.
Yeah, there's really no other way to go except over that ladder block. So he should run into that Triforce super quick.
Assuming xIceblue clears out the room. If he chooses not to clear the room out, which I don't quite see a reason why he wouldn't clear it out, then he'll be done quick. But MagicFriends will pick up his Triforce right here. This is going to be a difference of seconds going into 9.
Oh, yeah. Strap on your seatbelts, folks.
If MagicFriends has to go back to 6, though, that is going to cost him a lot of time. But it looks like based on his pathing, he does not. Yeah, he's going straight to 9 here. I'm guessing he picked it up and we just didn't see it.
Yeah.
xIceblue's got his Triforce. As MagicFriends is walking in the door.
See if the old man lets him pass.
He forgot to get the Triforce out of 6.
Womp womp.
That's going to cost him a lot of time.
Yeah.
That may end up being the sinking play.
That's right. He's checking his map right now to see which one he left. And there's no quick way to get up there.
Honestly, hoofing it from here is probably the fastest way.
I mean, Vanilla 1 is going to be the closest thing.
Vanilla 6 isn't bad either. It's going to take... There's no real difference between the two runners in terms of what they have. Oh, I sincerely hope that MagicFriends didn't forget where 6 is.
I don't know if...
I'm assuming he didn't.
No, he's making a beeline up there right now.
And that one missed Triforce has given xIceblue a good window to close this seed out. Now, what will be interesting is if MagicFriends goes a different way than xIceblue did. If he does not go to the left side and everything's on the right side of 9, MagicFriends may be in better shape than initially thought.
Yeah, just depends on how...
I think this was the Triforce right here. Alright, so we'll say yeah, the Triforce is right there.
Yep. So once ladder blocked, kind of.
So we'll say xIceblue went into 9 at about 59 minutes, so about a 2.5 minute difference between the two runners. But again, if MagicFriends goes a different way, this is still anyone's game. It is by no means xIceblue's race to lose. Oh, but MagicFriends can't whistle back. He has to walk.
Nope.
Because it is recorded to Unbeaten Dungeons, which 7 was just being really weird. MagicFriends' best play here, even though he doesn't know it, is to go to the right in 9. Which I want to say the start going left or right is just a runner preference thing. First item, it's silvers in 9.
Yep. Well, anybody wishing for a last chance troll is out of luck.
Unless Zelda's free.
That's true.
Okay. MagicFriends is going up. He goes into a turnstile room. He's going to opt to go north out of this room, I think. If he can. He does.
Well, they're both just about in the same place now after xIceblue took that staircase.
Yep, xIceblue is now on the right side of 9. As MagicFriends is checking in the center. No sighting of the compass or Zelda yet. MagicFriends is going to check the stair. I don't think he's going to take it. No, he's not. Which, going up is not a bad play in 9, given that Zelda can more often than not be in her traditional room. No compass yet, and no... I don't even think we've heard a roar yet.
No. I'm listening in on xIce stream, and I haven't heard anything. But he might be out up in the northwest.
MagicFriends is in the northeast ear. No Ganon in this room. No compass in this room either.
There she is.
xIceblue's found her.
Yep. Ganon's not required.
No Ganon. So get your GGs out in chat. xIceblue will finish in first place with an official time of 1:03:47.
It's a very, very close race.
And MagicFriends has found Ganon.
Yep. And if that's any inclination, at least she's looking for her room and a north-facing entry.
I really do think the big thing that the seed came down to was just xIceblue was able to spend more time in 9 than MagicFriends did, and that let him do his exploration, do more exploration of 9, which ultimately led him to Zelda quicker. But this could be a very oh, it's inverted controls. That's what the choice is. This whole time we thought it was swordless. It's not.
Yeah. All right then. Now I can understand why they were searching out those blue bubbles quite often.
Yeah.
I think.
I do expect this race will not be more than... I'm honestly expecting this race will be a 3-minute or less separation between the two runners, just because MagicFriends is on the right path to Zelda. He just needs to keep going up from this column.
Yep, I mean, it really did come down to pulling that Triforce out. This was neck and neck the whole time, even with the route divergences. So,
It sounds like we have xIceblue here in the booth with us. GG on your win, sir.
GG's. That seed, man. Ladder and a not required 7.
oh, absolutely. It's never something you want to see. But it didn't troll you too hard. I mean, you kind of knew after. It was your last hope, right? Ladder
Yeah.
4 or 5.
I could have had it so much sooner had I had taken that staircase instead of just up-airing. But silly me, I was like, I'm going to save this one key that I had that literally lasted me like 40 minutes in that seed.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's all about resource management. The dungeon you did not need to be in at the time. It's early on.
Yeah. I knew 7 wasn't required, so I was like, okay, well, you just won't touch this dungeon.
So to give you an idea of how close the race was going into 9, the only thing stopping both of you from going into 9 at the same time was MagicFriends had forgotten to grab the Triforce out of 6.
Oh.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, he stepped into 9 probably 20, 30 seconds before you.
Oh.
Okay. The Kembe Mutombo by the old man.
The moment I was looking at the items and I was like, okay, I was like, we're gonna take the gamble and I'm not gonna touch 8 because 8 is like 723 staircases.
Square.
So I grabbed the Triforce. Well, I got a Y-Force and I was like, you know what? We're gonna roll with it. We're going to 9.
Absolutely. I mean, at that point, had you made the determination that silvers were in 9 anyway?
I figured, just because I had large shield, blue boomerang, red ring, and silvers left. So I figured, hey, this is a 50-50 chance of red ring and silvers being forced into 9, so we're gonna go into 9.
Is it bad that I was secretly hoping you would find Red Ring and Blue Boomerang?
I mean, it wouldn't have mattered. Zelda's door was open.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. MagicFriends did stumble upon Ganon up in the northeast of the level.
That seed, I liked the fact that everything was just one hit. But my goodness, was that seed it was a mess just trying to get started. I had like no items, I had a ton of hearts, I had no keys. It was chaotic until like we grabbed the ladder. I went to 4 and I found the any key and I was like, finally.
Right. And it was so late in the game when you discovered that.
Yeah, 6 saved me with like the 900 keys that I picked up there.
Yeah, 6 was fulfilling the role that level 5 normally does in having all the keys.
I was actually shocked that level 2 didn't have any keys at all.
So another interesting thing of note, you went back for the boomstick. You had, I think, 2 dungeons left, but you got exactly what you needed, 180 rupees. And, you made a beeline to it. It cost you in the match, but it did take you out of the way for about 2 minutes. And, it didn't provide too much utility. I do see everybody loves the boomstick. And I can only imagine that you were thinking, well, this is going to mean I don't have to waste any bombs in any dungeon moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, not having to worry about forcing bombs or praying that, your 41% chance actually drops a bomb is nice. And especially because I can just, launch boomstick from across the room and see if there's bombable walls.
Yeah, and I don't believe your opponent found that rare shot. I don't think he ever did West Death Mountain.
He did not. But we did find something interesting that kind of broke the two of us in the commentary booth a little bit. So,
Yeah.
Recorded to Unbeaten Dungeons was on.
Oh.
But the recorder took you to Vanilla 7 if you hadn't... But the recorder took you to Vanilla 7. Because it also took you to the Vanilla dungeon locations.
Oh, I'm so happy I am
go ahead.
so happy I didn't toot that recorder, because I would have gotten really confused by that flag.
Well, it still doesn't make any sense to me. I have no idea why you would ever do 7.
Yeah, because we were thinking, okay, it's the second quest back half, so 7 and 8 are swapped, so you've beaten 7, you haven't beaten 8, so it should take you to where 8 is.
I'm just happy that I found the Triforce. I was like, you know what? I was like, instead of taking the staircase, let me clear out this room real quick. And I cleared out the room, and it was like Triforce, and I was like, oh, thank God.
So the Red Ring was in its vanilla location in the dungeon. Literally.
The what?
The Red Ring was in the northwest corner of the left ear.
Oh, ew.
Yep. Where it normally is.
That's right. MagicFriends, if he makes his way down south here, will stumble upon silver arrows. He might be thinking Ganon's required at this point. He has not seen Zelda's room or even a shutter door that hasn't opened.
How quickly did MagicFriends get their ladder?
It was the last dungeon he went to that wasn't.
Yeah.
So they last locationed it like I did.
Exactly. You guys were both Triforce and going at that point.
Like, the difference between the two of you picking up the ladder, I want to say was, what, maybe a minute at most?
Yeah.
It was quick between the two of you.
MagicFriends had it first. But again, not by much. At that point, you were in 6.
Okay.
And then once you finished 6, you had nowhere else to go but over to 7.
So it was just room routing and Triforce hunting that set me ahead, and the fact that they forgot the bow.
Well, not that they forgot the bow, they forgot the Triforce out of 6.
Triforce, yeah, that's right, the Triforce.
Yeah, because you actually had a quicker route to the ladder. MagicFriends did pretty much every staircase in 7.
And both Mugger rooms.
And both, that's right.
Oh.
He was at 6 hearts leaving level 5, I think.
So, if MagicFriends goes right here, that should be it.
This Patrick could have the compass that he's looking for.
That would be good.
It does.
Yep. All right.
This would have been the perfect scene to have the bomb upgrades replace the swords.
Oh, yeah. So we get down to the point now where these players have a buyer's remorse, or the loser's remorse, rather, where they get to change one flag that's not 50-50, right?
Yes, and do get your GGs in chat as MagicFriends has finished with an official time of 1:12:43, and it sounds like we have him in the commentary booth with us.
Welcome, sir.
GG's, MagicFriends.
So, level 6. That was a level.
Maybe he's got push to talk on? Can't tell. In the chat? I can't hear it.
And our recorder theme today was Moon from DuckTales.
Only the best.
It's interesting that both of you guys got different items out of 9, and the best item in the game will forever rest in peace on level 8.
Okay, so now I've got my volume working, and I've remembered to push to talk, so now we can talk.
So level 6.
GG's, MagicFriends.
GG, xIceblue. That was... So level 6, I think I'm almost at the same pace as you, but I forgot. I didn't figure out a way to get to the Triforce in level 6. I found the bow, and then I'm like, it's water blocked. The rest of the dungeon, I don't know where the Triforce is.
Yeah, they were telling me about that.
And then I went into 9 without the Triforce for 6.
Yeah. Apparently we last location the ladder at the same, almost the same time.
Yeah, you guys were very thorough in not wanting to dig Second Quest 7 or 8.
I mean, who's gonna want to dig those dungeons?
And 7 is the one Triforce we start with. So what a bait that they're like, hey, you definitely do not need to go in here. I swear to God, you don't have to go in here.
Quick shout outs to Redbird Grad for level 7 required ladder, but not required Triforce. Thanks, bud. I appreciate it.
It's good to know that his influence is still felt.
Yeah, Magic Friends, outside of that Triforce that you left in 6, you actually entered 9 slightly before xIceblue. About 20-30 seconds ahead of him.
So I'm guessing he went right when I went north, and so he just found the princess in the first try?
It was more so that, well, he went left first, but that was while you were in 6 getting the Triforce out of it.
Yeah, I went left and found the silvers, and then I found a staircase that brought me to the right side, and then I went and searched around and found Zelda's room.
So I entered 9 first, but I had to leave it.
That's correct.
That feels rough, but knowing that, it makes me feel like that was a really close race all the way through, and I'm glad that I kept it that close.
Oh, absolutely. It was really nothing
It
that
was.
I think my biggest problem in that race was that I didn't figure out how the recorder worked early. So I was using it to whistle to dungeons, but I thought it was just whistling to generically to vanilla 1 dungeons and didn't realize it was whistling to unbeaten dungeons. So I also wasted like 2 minutes after I left 6 trying to figure out how to get the whistle to get me back to 1 when it just couldn't let me do that.
Also, shout outs to the fact that I'm convinced the whistle was broken in this seed. Because it took you to 7, which you had beaten through second quest, even though it was linked to unbeaten dungeon.
Yeah, I wasn't mistaken that like at one point I got sent to a dungeon that I had finished. Okay, I guess that's the problem when you have first and second quest mixed. So the recorder is doing like 1 through 6 first quest, and then 7, it's still doing the 1 through, it's still doing the first quest Triforce pieces, but so it whistled me to the 8 quote unquote that I was missing.
We're hearing from John Tabin in the chat that the whistle takes you to the old dungeon locations, and that's matched to where the Triforce physically is located, not which dungeon it's from. So the level 7 Triforce takes you to 8 and vice versa.
Oh yeah, because we had Triforce 7 on the actual tracker, but it's actually in the Triforce 8 spot. First quest. Yeah. Oh, now I get it. Oh, that's disgusting. I'm so glad I didn't toot the recorder.
I need to go play this game again.
Yeah, I felt I was trying to use the recorder as much as possible, and I definitely lost time using the recorder.
It's okay. Apparently, I lost a bunch of time just saving up money to go for Boomstick.
This was a Boomstick steed. I didn't even see a book or a red or blue ring shop.
It was West Death Mountain.
Oh yeah, my tracker is so empty. I did not go to Grave. I didn't go to West Death Mountain. I accidentally ended up at Vanilla 5 at some point, which found me 2. And then I was able to find everything else pretty straightforward from there.
I think I almost last location level 6. I think I had a Forgotten Spot, the 2 ladder block spots, and then the raft spots. So 6 was my last dungeon that I found, and that's when I found the bow, and I was like, okay. I was like, now we gotta find the ladder. And then I realized that 5, 8, 4 were all ladder blocks, so it was 7.
We were asking the question here if you were going to be upset at seeing the bow or not.
Right. So I was going to ask Magic Friends, do you have a inclination loser remorse flag?
My remorse flag is sword beams turned on.
Permanent sword beams turned on.
Yeah, we've both discussed our losers remorse flags.
That's great. So, also, do you have anything else for listeners?
Just one last question. Do you guys have an idea of when you think round 2 is going to be?
We're looking to schedule it probably for Sunday. Time, we're still figuring that out.
Yeah, I think sometime Sunday, early afternoon, like 1 or 2 o'clock, something around there.
Yeah. I guess like we discussed, we're all quarantined. I'm pretty much free 24/7.
Yeah, the only thing that restricts me is if my wife needs the computer instead of me because she's a teacher, so she's got to do everything online.
Yeah, that would definitely stop it.
Mm-hmm.
So we wanted to thank Captain Green for doing a lot of the scenes work. I know he tracked the game as well as streamed.
It sounds like we're going to be heading over to Randomania 3, which has Game 3 of 8 Gen versus Angel F. And we have even more randomized. And we have Eat My Steel versus X-Russian Bishop also tonight at 10 o'clock. Channel currently not fully nailed down. And then we have a lot of races tomorrow.
That's like 11 races tomorrow.
Full
Yeah.
up.
It's a lot. But with that, we're going to go ahead and close up here unless the runners have any very definitely mostly final thoughts.
No, just GG's and good luck on the second race. Let's hope it's not a required 7 again.
Yeah, good luck and good race, and we'll see if we can push this to Game 3.
All right, guys. Thank you very much.
So on behalf of our restreamer, Captain Green 7, and our tracker, Captain Green 7, and our runners, xIceblue and MagicFriends, as well as my co-com, EXO, AS 2019, or 19, there's no 20 at the beginning of that number. This has been Alsoa. We're going to wish you all a good night, and we're going to send you over to the 8 Gen versus Angel FM monthly match.